Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm out in the woodshed. We've been putting in wood every day, and we're a little over halfway through, maybe 3/4, I don't know. It's pretty hard to judge, but I'm going to have to remodel my woodshed here a little bit to get the last of the wood in. I'm about 1.25 too much, more than what I got. I got to put another beam in here, which is going to present its own problems. But anyway, went out this morning and finished up a batch of Sawyer mini water filter adapters. And now I want to show you a project I've been working on for quite a while. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, I got a set of plans out of a book on how to build a listening device. And I had to build this circuit. Long story short, I built the circuit, and of course my components were different than the components, different company, different brands, so it wasn't repeatable. Long story short, it didn't work. It worked, but it didn't work anywhere near as well as it was supposed to. So I hung it up in the corner. It's been hanging there for a few years. The other day, I was at a yard sale, and I looked down, and there was this little black box with a microphone with a foam sleeve over it, 25 cents. So let me flip the camera around and tell you the rest of the story. Okay, here's the 25-cent item I found at the yard sale, and it's called a Sonic Super Ear. So I bring it home, and here's the dish I mounted it on. Just give you a general idea. Now this dish, if you put a piece of paper right there and point it at the sun, it'll set the paper on fire immediately. So, let me tell you the rest of the story, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. So, I get it home, and you know what I expect. I expect it not to work at all. And if it does work, it's going to, how much can this amplify? So, I brought it home, and it plugged fairly good headphones into it. Plugged the wire, and there's a jack in it for headphones. And I immediately noticed that it had some significant amplification to it. Had a wheel on it for adjustment from high to low. Well, if you turned it up on high, and even your own breath would make your ears rattle. It was unbelievable amplification. Played around with it a little bit, realized that I was onto something here. It runs on one AAA battery. So I mounted it on this, which obviously gathers a lot of sound and makes it very directional. And I come out here in the dooryard and hooked it up and kept turning it up a little bit. And I heard things that I've never heard in my lifetime. Maybe 100 yards away there was a bird in a tree singing. And to the bare ear, it was just a regular bird singing off in the distance. With that, I had to turn it down. I couldn't stand it. It was too loud. And if you waited and was very quiet, you could hear when he quit singing, you could hear in his throat, you could hear him either swallowing or clearing his throat, getting ready to sing again. Kind of a bubbly, gurgly sound that you never ever would hear normally. I've heard a lot of things like that. I took it down to the road and was listening, had it pointed into the woods, and was listening to Sue probably 300-400 yards down the woods just walking around. I could hear her footsteps. And I looked to my right, and there was a lady walking up the road, just out getting some exercise. And I didn't even have it pointed in her direction. I had it pointed actually in the opposite direction. And with the years, I could hear her coming 100, 200 yards before she got there. She went by me, and then I was pointing it in her direction. She went another 300 yards, and I could hear her feet on the gravel. Just sound like somebody crushing walnut shells. It's like, yeah, this thing is amazing. So, what I'm going to do now is, the problem we have now is that if the sunlight hits this, it's going to cook this. If this gets in any kind of sunlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this flat black to try to cut down on any heat it might generate from being out in the sun. And that's my next project. So I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Try to have a really great day and try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.